Orange is a nice touch.
Yes. We are live. Welcome everybody to this year's first live stream, first event, live event. We're hoping it's going to go well. We're hoping that there's going to be a few people turn up. Um, and yeah, we're just going to have a bit of a party. We've got some Halloween facts to read out. So let's kick off Halloween with style, shall we?
Yeah, let's go for it. What we got?
Okay. Well, like I say, I went through the internet earlier and I found a few facts about Halloween. Now, this was kind of from an American website, so all the statistics and facts and figures are kind of American.
But I mean, it's the best place to have Halloween
They
facts.
they are massive on Halloween at this time, this point in time.
Yeah.
So we're just hoping. Are we actually going?
It's hard to tell.
It is hard to tell. Richie Head, good evening, my friends. Nice to see you. Glad to see that you turned up.
Lauren's turned up. Hello, Lauren. Welcome.
Hello, Lauren. Yeah,
I feel like a newsreader.
Yeah, a little bit. So it's not our usual style, is it? To just print out what I found on the internet. But here we go. Hopefully, everybody can actually see us and the stream is working. Because on my test screen it's not. Let me just refresh that.
Everyone's having a lovely Halloween.
Can everybody hear us all right? Is the volume okay? Loud and clear here, guys. Ted Pike from Minnesota. Thank you for that, mate.
Oh, Ted from Minnesota.
Yeah, he's turned up. I was worried because obviously our daylight saving time
Yeah, that
changed last night.
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Had to change all the clocks apart from iPhones, which do it automatically.
And you can imagine the time I get up in the morning normally is 4:30. I was awake at 3:10 this morning, just like. But anyway, fact number one that I'm hoping everybody can actually see us. I know we've got blazing fast Wi-Fi on our system, so I don't know why it's not loading up on that screen. But yeah. So fact number one: Halloween dates back more than 2,000 years.
It's a long time.
It is, yeah. It actually predates Christianity, and it all started as a Celtic festival called Samhain, which means summer's end. It's held at the beginning of November, and it was a feast that recognized the last day of the fall harvest and the spirits crossing over, since they believed back then that the veil between the living and the spirit world grew thinnest at that time. People in Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France used to ward off ghosts by lighting sacrificial bonfires and, you guessed it, wearing costumes to trick the spirits.
That is quite interesting, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know that it was that old.
No.
There's a date that I surprised myself with this time.
Yeah. What's the, what's the word beginning with P?
Paranormality.
No, is it pagan?
Pagan.
I always thought it was like a pagan ritual.
Well, I guess it kind of is, yeah. Because pagan sort of predates Christianity as well, doesn't it? You know, like the Druids and that sort of thing. That was the pagans, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I guess it kind of was one of a pagan ritual.
What's interesting is it says Ireland, United Kingdom, and Northern France, but I feel like our Halloweens are rubbish compared to Americans.
Yeah.
Like Americans go all out, like really good stuff for Halloween.
They do.
And then over here, we've got a few Haribo in a pot, and we put a mask on, and there's a bit of chaos, isn't there? A bit of eggs thrown and mischief.
Yeah. But I'm thinking from me scanning through these facts earlier, a lot of like the American extravagance around Halloween is to do with the Irish that immigrated there. Oh. Halloween was massive in Ireland. And it says here, like, even trick-or-treating has existed since medieval times. It isn't a new or uniquely American tradition. Back then, it was known as guising in Scotland and Ireland. Young people dressed up in costumes and went door to door looking for food or money in exchange for performing songs, poems, or other tricks. And today, the tradition has morphed into children getting dressed up and asking for candy. Hardly anyone sings for their mini Snickers these days.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it's kind of progressed, isn't it? And I think because of the whole islands immigrants going over to America, that is that is what's kind of kicked it off over there. And it's turned into a massive thing. I think it is the second biggest holiday in America. Obviously, Christmas being the first.
I would have thought Easter would be the second.
You'd have thought it'd be more Christian based, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is interesting. It's one of those things as well where there's not really any tricks, is there? Not
Well,
really.
that's
Not
the
these
thing.
days.
The singing songs and poems and other things, that was considered the trick. The trick was the performance that people would do on your doorstep. Rather than nowadays, obviously, it's give us a treat or we're going to trick you, we're going to throw eggs at your house.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously it was different back then when it first started out.
Yeah, I've always wanted to get like a realistic, creepy old man kind of face mask, and then pretend to be an old man, and then when they knock on the door, I've always just wanted to rip it off and have like blood underneath and like really scare spirits. But I don't know if that's borderline like really scare spirits. But I don't know if that's borderline like traumatizing.
Yeah, maybe. I wanted to go a little bit simpler. I wanted to sort of dress up as like a scarecrow almost, sit on a deck chair in the front garden with a pumpkin on my head, and a bucket of sweets on my lap, with a little sign saying "Please take some." And then when the kids come up and reach to the bucket for candy, just go,
yeah.
I think that would be quite a good trick.
That made me jump then.
Sorry. Hello, Toonsy, welcome, and Clive Potter, welcome as well. It's good to see you here. Thank you for turning up.
Welcome.
Please let us know if the video cuts out or anything like that. It has done on my second screen. I'm just hoping that this is going out fine, and hoping that anybody will tell me if there's any problems.
Go on then, I'll take a third one.
You take another one.
Here we go, newsreader Josh. Right. Some Halloween rituals used to be geared toward finding a husband during the 18th century. Single ladies devised Halloween traditions that were supposed to help them meet their romantic match. According to History.com, women used to throw peels over a shoulder, hoping to see their future husband's initials in the pattern they made when they landed. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
When bobbing for apples at parties, the winner would supposedly marry first. Most spookily, they even used to stand in a dark room holding a candle in front of a mirror to look for their future husband's face to appear in the glass, which is what we said about Bloody Mary.
Yeah, the Lady Ghosts episode. Although you said they walked upstairs backwards.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, maybe there is slight differences in the way that legend is told.
Yeah, because it goes to it's called Bloody Mary because of the Queen. We've already done the research.
Yeah, we already did that one. That one's completed. But yeah, developing on what we said earlier, the immigrants helped popularize the Halloween holiday in the US. When the Irish fled the potato famine that devastated their country in the 1840s, they brought their Halloween traditions with them. The celebration spread across the country until mischievous Halloween pranksters reached an all-time high in the 1920s. Some believed community-based trick-or-treating became popular in the 1930s as a way to control the many pranksters.
I just imagine, like, I don't mean to laugh at a potato famine in Ireland, but I just imagine, like, nowadays everyone's like, oh, the cost of living's gone up. And I just imagine one really old guy just like, you weren't there for the potato famine. They were the worst years of my life.
But it does say somewhere in here that the Irish they invented the jack-o'-lantern. You know, like they're
Ah.
carving out your pumpkin with a face and that, lighting a light inside it. But as the story goes, there was an Irish man named Stingy Jack tricked the devil and therefore was not allowed into heaven or hell. He spent his days roaming the earth carrying a lantern, hence the name Jack of the Lantern or Jack-o'-lantern. But they used to be carved out of turnips, potatoes, and various beets. Like I say, obviously that was in Ireland. Once Halloween became popular in America, people used to produce pumpkins as jack-o'-lanterns instead. So
It makes more sense.
there you go. I guess they're just using the vegetables that was more available to them.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue that the jack-o'-lantern or pumpkin is the symbol of Halloween.
It is,
Really?
yeah. I mean, yeah, we got one right here. Look.
Yeah, like you see that in March time, people will be like, "Why are you celebrating Halloween?" Like that is the symbol of
It
Halloween.
is, yeah.
And I've even worn orange because of Halloween.
Because he related to a pumpkin. You want it to look like a pumpkin.
Yeah. I've eaten enough pumpkin pie and things today. But I hope everyone saw my pictures in the Discord.
I certainly saw your pictures. I could almost guess which one you carved and which one your wife carved.
Go on.
I'm guessing Elmo was you.
Yeah. Yeah. That is right. I was going to do like Darth Vader or something.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that would have been impressive.
Yeah. And then, well, I tried it years before and it failed miserably because I ended up cutting just a massive triangle out for his helmet. So it just didn't look right and it was terrible. So I was just flicking through designs last night. I thought, I just want to do something different. And then my wife laughed at Elmo. So I was like, well, I'm doing Elmo then. It was a toss up between Elmo and Grumpy Cat. And I thought Grumpy Cat was a bit 2006. So
the last time I carved one, I did a minion and Gru in the pumpkin. That was quite funny. You want to take another one?
Yeah, go on then. Where do we get to? Number 5. I've not seen these, by the way. I have no idea.
No, well, you don't have to read all of them.
Pirate is the man that has come up with these great facts. So
I just copied them from goodhousekeeping.com, to be honest.
Sugar rationing during World War II paused trick-or-treating because of the shortage of sweet stuff. Trick-or-treating wasn't as big of a thing during World War II. I imagine they've got bigger things on their mind.
Well, yeah.
After the rationing ended, it was all systems go on the candy collecting front. Candy companies began launching advertising campaigns to cash in on the ritual and make sure kids were clamoring for their products to show up in their candy buckets and spare pillowcases. Pillowcases.
Do people really take pillowcases? I suppose back in the World War II, yeah, they would do, wouldn't they? I mean, nowadays, people buy very commercial, like it says, candy buckets with like pumpkins and bats and stuff all over them, don't they? And kids sort of put them in specially designed bags or whatever.
I reckon people still do it.
What, pillowcases?
Yeah, because I watched an episode of Bob's Burgers like a few days ago, and it was a Halloween special, and all the kids were walking around with pillowcases.
Oh, really?
So it might be an American thing. I don't really know.
I don't know. Do you think
pillowcases?
Well, going by the whole sugar situation, I mean, I'd say that there probably could be a conspiracy theory involved in that.
Oh, which reminds me, rest in peace, Matt Perry.
Oh yeah, Matthew
Perry.
Yeah, Charlie Bean.
Yeah, woke up this morning and there's already conspiracy theories out there about it. And I thought, you know what, I'm not going to dive into it. Let's just leave it alone.
Leave him be.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
you know.
Rest in peace. R.I.P.
He had a very tough few years, and I'm going to be respectful to it. I don't believe the conspiracy theories. I'm just going to leave it at that. But rest in peace, Matthew Perry. I'm going to go straight into another one. Now Halloween is the second largest commercial holiday. You've read that one.
I already said that one, didn't I? Yeah.
And we're not doing 7. 7's rubbish.
No, I would skip straight to 10.
Oh, 10. Oh, but then there is one.
Oh, just hold on. Dan Tunes. It says, is it my end or is it buffering a lot? It quite possibly is. I've got a second screen up here with Safari up, and it's just constantly buffering. I don't know if that's taken some of our internet speed off or something like that, but I know our Wi-Fi is good. I've been testing this all day and it was working fine earlier.
Yeah. Apologies, this is new. We've not done it.
Yeah, we've never done this before, so there might be some teething problems. I do apologise if there's a lot of buffering. I've shut off my second internet connection. Hopefully that will make it better. I can only apologise. The thing is, I can't hardwire my computer to the router because it's about 50 meters away on the other side of the house. So Toonsy, maybe you can help me with that sometime, and then hopefully we'll have a wired connection rather than a wireless connection for next time we do this. But I hope you can get the general gist of it, of the episode, and obviously, yeah, if we do still end up having internet issues, then at least this will be a video on demand, so you can go back and watch it later. Clive Potter says should do a podcast on Gremlins. Well, we kind of did. Gremlins and Goblins were kind of the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah, we couldn't find much difference between them.
No, but we do have Gremlins in our system sometimes, and this appears to be one of them. I don't know why it's stuttering with the bandwidth, because when we do interviews,
Yeah,
and that's like a two-way thing. I mean, we're only transmitting our own camera at this time. Normally, when you're sending and receive, that's when we get buffering issues. But I honestly don't know why it's doing that. I've done as much as I can to increase the Wi-Fi. We're on a booster. I've turned the VPN off.
Has everybody got the problem, or is it just Toomsy?
No, a few people have got. Ted Pike said he's got the same problem.
Oh no!
And Clive Potter. So all I can do is apologise, and I will try and sort it out for next time we do a live stream. But at least you're here, and you come to join us and give us your support. So thank you very much for that, for everybody that is here and everybody that's struggling with their buffering.
Yeah. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you for the battle that is our first live stream.
And Clive, I need to pick his brain about this mermaid thing he's been talking about.
Oh yes, he wants us to go on a mermaid hunt, doesn't he?
Yeah, I need to speak to him privately in emails. I need to find out more information on this mermaid.
I'll show you the email that he sent us a couple of weeks ago.
So I did a whole podcast on how rubbish mermaids were, and then he was like, actually, hold your horses. There might be some truth behind mermaids, so I need to delve deeper.
It might be. But he kind of invited us on an expedition to go and dig up a mermaid body.
I don't know if this is top secret. Did he say it was top secret?
I don't think it's top secret. He hasn't disclosed the location of it.
Okay.
He said that he knows where it is and he needs some help to go and excavate it. But I would imagine that you'd still need a priest involved, because at the very least you're going to discover human remains, and that's kind of illegal to be digging up human remains. So,
so
don't pencil us in for that one just yet, Clive. 11. Disney.
Oh, yeah, go on, Disney.
Oh, Disney, everybody's favourite filmmakers. Freakier flick. The original title, Disney's Halloween House, a much darker and scarier script, according to IMDb. Not only that, but Leonardo DiCaprio was courted to play a teenage heartthrob, Max Dennison, but he turned it down to appear in What's Eating Gilbert Grape instead.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
I don't blame him on that one, to be honest.
Is that Hocus Pocus is the one with
Three witches, isn't it?
Yeah, is it Bette Midler and I don't know one of them. The other one's from Sex and the City. I can't think of the name. So not Sarah Michelle Gellar. That's
honestly,
Buffy.
Yeah. I honestly couldn't name any of the actors or actresses.
Someone must know. I know what I'm talking about. What they said.
Oh no, it's a bit. Ted Pike has been okay the last few minutes again. Just missed most of Josh's story about Elmo. Okay. Anyone who missed that, it was Josh put a picture on Discord earlier of his own pumpkin carving attempts. He and I'm guessing his wife did one each. And his wife did a lovely, beautiful floral pattern, and Josh did Elmo.
The most magnificent Halloween Elmo you've ever seen.
It was a good Elmo. You could recognise it, definitely.
And that was a lot more difficult than I thought it would be as well.
Yeah.
It was such a simple stencil. And then when I started carving it, I was getting like pains in my wrist and things. And it was like, I started at 10 o'clock at
Did you?
night and I didn't finish till 1 in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, to do Elmo. And it was like, that's how long it took.
You need a sharper knife.
We got one of them carving kits and everything. And I was like bending the little serrated knife and stuff from how long it took me. That was it. That was all the story is just Elmo.
Oh no, Lauren says I've been watching the Wheel of Death spin for a hot minute.
No.
Oh no, Lauren, I do hope that the picture comes back for you. Like I say, I do.
Sarah Jessica Parker. That's the one.
Was she in it?
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't look any different.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, no offense, she looks kind of like a witch already. So that's Sarah Jessica Parker. I can't think of the third one. It just came to me.
Oh, I'm concerned now about this whole situation with the internet. I mean, well, I've got loads of Wi-Fi. I don't understand why it's being weird. But
we can always power through and see what happens.
We're going to power through, and hopefully the video on demand will reveal everything that you guys might be missing during this actual live stream. I do apologise. I honestly don't know why it's acting up.
That's all right. It's all a learning curve.
It is.
I've got a fact for you, Pirate.
Go for it, mate.
Illinois produces up to 5 times more pumpkins than any other state. If you're in the market for a truly destination-worthy pumpkin patch, head to the Heartland. The land of Lincoln has more than 15,000 acres devoted to gourd growing, according to the United States Department of Agriculture. Those Illinois farms typically grow more than 500 million pounds of pumpkins annually.
Wow.
That is a lot. And I only just realised that a gourd and a pumpkin are the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
I didn't know what a gourd was.
No?
I just read that.
It's an old-fashioned word for like pumpkins and marrows and stuff like that, you know.
Because when I went to the pumpkin patch at the weekend, with some friends and their adorable son, we went through and looked at all these different kinds of pumpkins. They had grey ones, big ones, small ones, and then they had these weird, like, I can't even describe it. They were kind of like deformed.
Yeah.
So they
got all knobbles all over them,
yeah,
don't they? Yeah.
and they were like discs, and then they had like 3 like big old knobble things poking out, and then some of them were like covered in like these creepy little wart things, and then we also saw pink pumpkins.
Yeah, yeah.
Naturally pink ones.
Yeah,
So
they come in all sorts of colours, like tomatoes as well. Tomatoes come in all sorts of colours. It's just, popular to have the red ones, and it's popular to have orange pumpkins these days. I guess they're the most, what do I want to say? Just
desirable.
Yeah, desirable. Yeah, most aesthetically pleasing, perhaps.
Surprisingly, though, with the pumpkin patch that we went to, a lot of people were looking for. Surprisingly, though, with the pumpkin patch that we went to, a lot of people were looking for big white ones. So I don't know if they're the in thing this year.
Maybe.
But a lot of people were buying white ones, and then the field was just orange with like the odd white or grey one. If you know what I mean. So a lot of people are going to different colours. Candy corn. Oh no. Candy corn. If there's any Americans, Ted, candy corn is so overrated.
Is it? I've never tried it.
It's awful, man. It leaves like a weird fuzzy thing in your mouth when you eat it.
Oh, right.
I can't explain it. Like, I'll have to get you some candy corn from the American base or something.
Well, don't if it's.
It is so bad, man, and it's like it's something that is. I'm guessing it's like a pop culture thing these days. Like Halloween candy corn is kind of recognizable.
Yeah.
It's those, those triangle sweets. You know what they look like? The triangle sweets that are like white, yellow, and orange. You've seen them all over the place.
Say I have, no.
And they're so gross. And I think they're a bit like Marmite in the States. Either you really like them or you don't like them at all, and I'm in the category of I can't stand them. I think they're awful.
But they're just ridiculously sweet.
Yeah,
like most
and
American.
the texture and everything. It's, you know how like you drink a can of Coke and it leaves like a film in your mouth, like it's a bit like, oh, there's something there after you drink a can of Coke.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that with candy corn.
Leaves
There's
a bit
like
of an
this.
aftertaste.
Yeah, it's odd. It's a real odd candy. Candy corn was originally called chicken feed. Yep, that's fitting. Confectionery company originally sold the polarizing treat in boxes with a rooster on the front in order to appeal to America's agricultural roots. According to National Geographic, the sugary recipe has gone largely unchanged since the 1880s. Love them or hate them, you can't argue with that kind of consistency. That would explain a lot to what I've just said.
That pretty much sums that up.
They haven't changed the recipe since the 1880s. Yeah, and it tastes like it. It tastes old and horrible.
Blake Clive Potter says Poltergeists live. Or maybe it's 2019. LOL. Houston, we got a problem. I'm sorry. I hope that the video on demand that YouTube produces of this will be nice and smooth, so people can actually go back through it and enjoy it the way it's meant to be. I cannot understand why this is why we've got such internet connection problems. Like I said, I've been trialing this all day. I've been trialing this, and it's been working absolutely fine.
Can't worry about it. It's all good. I think the lovely listeners that we've got that understand that this is all the whole thing is new to us.
Yeah, it's
not
teething
just
problems,
live.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's like when you actually think about it, we're just a couple of normal guys that are doing a podcast, and we're gonna have problems like this.
Yeah,
and I think they understand that.
Yeah,
It's not like we're professional podcasters that are earning millions.
We're not endorsed by the BBC or
anything. No.
We don't have that kind of technology.
Until we can get better gear and stuff in the future, or whatever happens, unfortunately, we're going to have problems, I guess.
Yeah. Toomsy says it's the internet gremlins, but hey, it is Halloween.
Yeah. I was going to say it might be Toomsy's ghost in his house causing it for him, but if everyone's got the problem.
Everybody, yeah, I think it's everybody. I just don't understand the video on demand. Hey, so do you remember the song, The Monster Mash?
How could you forget it?
It's a brilliant song. One of my favourites when I was a kid. It was Bobby Boris Pickett managed to reach number 1 on the Hot 100 in 1962, just before Halloween, and hit the charts again in 1973, but this time in August. Excuse me. You might even say it was a graveyard smash, as they say in the song. Now, what a gimmick, really. To do that kind of song, you're almost guaranteed a number 1, aren't you?
Yeah. And what's fun?
Really, to do that kind of song, you're almost guaranteed a number 1, aren't you?
Yeah. And what's funny is I can't actually think of any other Halloween songs apart from that and the Addams Family.
Well, yeah, possibly, yeah.
I actually genuinely can't think of any other kind of spooky Halloween songs. There's plenty of Christmas songs.
Yeah, plenty of those.
Monster Mash is the anthem of Halloween.
Yeah.
You can even visit a pumpkin patch in Hawaii. Okay, I picked the wrong one to read. Well, how do you say that?
Waimanalo Country Farms
in
Oahu.
To pick pumpkins while you're on the islands, whether you live there or need a taste of home on vacation. Looking for squash in Florida, try the Pickin' Patch in Dunaloo. It's a watermelon farm the rest of the year, but pivots to pumpkins to cash in on the seasonal appeal.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
I did see a sign at the pumpkin patch that I went to that said Christmas trees coming this year. And I'm thinking, how in the world are you going to get rid of all these pumpkins
and grow
Christmas trees? It must be a different these pumpkins
and
grow Christmas trees. It must be a different field. But the sign suggested, like, oh, come back here in a few months and we'll have some Christmas. And I'm thinking, are they just bringing in already grown Christmas trees and planting them?
It's just making plastic ones.
Oh, 16. I'm going to take this one.
Oh, you go for it.
The Michael Myers mask in Halloween has a fascinating backstory. Oh, I actually know this one.
Do you? I know this one as well.
Oh, no. No, it's slightly different to what I know. I'm thinking of a
Okay.
different film. So the Michael Myers mask in Halloween has a fascinating backstory. The famous horror movie villain comes from surprisingly innocent roots. When shooting the original 1978 film, production designer Tommy Lee Wallace picked up two masks from the Hollywood Boulevard magic shop, a clown mask and a William Shatner as Captain Kirk in Star Trek. Tommy came in with the clown mask on and we went, ooh, that's kind of scary. Then he put on the Shatner mask and we stopped dead and said, it's perfect. Actor Nick Castle told the New York Times they spray painted it white, made the eye holes bigger, and the rest is history. That's nuts.
It is, isn't it? Because looking at Mike Myers, you wouldn't think that'd be William Shatner at all, would you? I wouldn't anyway.
That was the other fact that I thought that was. What was there's a film, isn't there? Was it that they used they couldn't get the licensing for Mike Myers, the Halloween.
Right.
So they ended up using Mike Myers, Austin Powers, as to rob a bank or whatever. They all had the masks. That's what I thought the fact was.
Okay. Fair enough.
Oh, that is interesting. So the Mike Myers is actually just William Shatner.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Captain Kirk.
I'm not going to say that any other way now.
No. Ted from Minnesota says he loves candy corn.
Yeah,
So
I
he's
knew
on the
it.
opposite end of the scale to you, Josh.
I know, man. It is like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
I've not met anyone that's in between. It's a weird one because I've actually seen recipes that people use. I've actually seen recipes that people use. I've seen one where they make muffins and then they use like a sweet corn drizzle,
Right.
kind of like when you get like cinnamon rolls and they have that white kind of drizzle.
Yeah.
And it's not too bad in like small doses because it's just kind of like icing. It's like just sugary.
Yeah.
But for me personally, it's just the actual sweet of candy corn on its own. I can't explain it. Like there's just a weird taste there. I can't explain it.
Fair play.
Well, I'm gonna have to get you some. Good on you, Ted. Someone's got to eat it. Oh,
okay.
That's an interesting.
So, right, yeah. No, I think you've probably laid your eyes on number 17 there, haven't you?
No, you want that one, dear?
You said 3 hours it took you to carve a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Do you know the fastest? Well, obviously you know it because it's right in front of you. But doesn't let them know at home. The fastest pumpkin carving ever done only took 16.47 seconds. Stephen Clark of New York holds the Guinness Book of World Records distinction, having speedily carved his lantern. In October 2013. In order to nab the title, a jack-o'-lantern had to contain a complete face, including eyes, nose, mouth, and ears. No word on whether the expression was silly or scary. We don't know that, but it had to have those 4 caveats.
That's quite impressive.
It is very impressive. I bet his knife was a lot sharper than yours.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing that would have already been prepped. You can't. There's no way you can take out all the seeds and everything.
I would imagine. Yeah, it's already been scooped out because you can't do all that in 16.4 seconds.
16 seconds. That is impressive. New York City. Oh, okay. All right.
You can read that one out if you like.
New York City throws the biggest Halloween parade in the US. On an average year, the event draws more than 2 million spectators and includes thousands of participants joining in as the route winds through Greenwich Village. Oh, that's a mouthful for me. It all began as the brainchild of Greenwich Village resident and puppeteer Ralph Lee, who just wanted to have a whimsical walk from house to house for his kids and their pals. When a local theatre got wind of it, they joined in and expanded the event. It's gotten bigger, more creative, and more theatrical just about every year since. That's fantastic.
That is, yeah. Like you said right at the start, there, the Americans, they take their Halloween seriously, don't they?
Yeah.
They absolutely love it, and anything to make it more extravagant. I would imagine they're going to jump on it, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a shame that we don't do it in a way. I really wish that we do it.
We
but,
do it, just not to the same level.
Yeah. Which reminds me, actually, yesterday when I was driving home, it wasn't late. It was probably about maybe 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
and we're driving into my estate, and I just see this guy walking into his house, and as if he's forgotten something, and he's about to go to a Halloween party.
Right.
So he's gone into his house, and I'm slowed down because he's left the car door open. So I've kind of slowed down, so that I'll give him a few seconds. So he's gone in the house, and I've just seen like a white sheet. So I think, oh, he's just dressed as a ghost. And then a few seconds later, he comes out, and he's dressed full on like Julius Caesar with the toga and everything, and he'd forgotten the crown. So then he was coming out, and then I was kind of like a gesture, like, "I'll go for it, mate." And he realised he left the door open. And he went, "Oh," and then he tilted the crown as if to be like, "Good day to you, sir." I was like, all right, fair enough. So there is still Halloween parties going on in this country, but the commitment to the actual
costume,
it was. He had the sandals and everything.
The best costume I ever did was I got, well, to start with, I taped my eye closed,
right,
and then I got tissue paper and liquid latex, and I just drizzled this liquid latex over my eye, put tissue paper on it, and built it up layer after layer, latex and tissue paper, let it dry out, so I basically got no eye, and then ripped a hole in it, ripped it upwards and everything, put some fake eyelashes on it, and literally went as a zombie with one eye, and just put like blood all over my face and other little patches of skin. And I actually won £30 at the local pub for the best dressed Halloween costume.
Nice.
They called me the guy with the eye.
Guy with the eye. Yeah. I thought you were going to say I went as a pirate then when you said.
I didn't. I actually had short hair back then.
Ah,
so
yeah. I can't even picture that.
Didn't really look like a pirate then.
Can I quickly say the best Halloween dress-up thing we've ever had? And you've just reminded me of this. I've mentioned before my mate Sean and Louis the Skeptic. So when we were teenagers, we're talking years ago, we all decided we wanted costumes that kind of worked together.
Yeah.
So we found, like, you've got like B&M and the Range and things like that nowadays. Mm-hmm. Well, I can't remember the name of the shop. It was like a warehouse, clearance warehouse or something.
Yeah.
So I've gone up there one day after school or whenever it was, and I found this giant banana costume. Literally made out of like this fabric, and it stood upright, and it was literally just over your head, poke out your arms, and I was a giant banana.
Right.
So I've said to them, I found these banana costumes. We should go as a bunch of bananas and turn up. We're guaranteed to, get some looks and whatever. There was no competition. We just wanted to go down I think it was the Rose and Crown at the time or something. Right. We just wanted to go down the pub or whatever. And so Sean and Louis have gone, oh yeah, we'll go up and get the same costume. So they've gone up there, and they were sold out of banana costumes.
Right.
And they didn't tell me. So I've arranged to meet them. So I'm stood there on the street waiting for them to come along and pick me up.
Yeah.
And they've turned up, and they're both dressed as nuns. So we ended up going out as a random banana with two nuns as escorts.
That's a little conspicuous.
Yeah. And it's one of my fondest memories of Halloween.
Welcome, Taylor Pike. Any relation to Ted Pike? They say Minnesota has a city of Anoka, a Halloween capital of the world. They have 2 Halloween-themed parades, one during the day and one at night.
Ooh.
I hope you're going to go to that.
Double parade.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool. That's I don't think that's showed up in our list. So there you go. Extra fact.
Nice. Ooh, I like the sound of this one. 19.
19? Yeah, you want to take that? You were just talking about your costume, so you might know.
Princesses and superheroes rank as the most popular kids' costumes. Adults dress as witches most frequently, according to the National Retail Federation. In 2019, the most popular costume for dogs was a pumpkin. The most popular costume for cats is hiding under the couch, hissing at the very idea. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I like the was it Ant and Dec on UK TV? I can't remember which one it was, where they dressed up a dog as a spider
Yeah,
and released it into
yeah.
the streets, and it was just running up to people hoping for a stroke, and that, and people were just freaking out and running away from it on its spider dog. That was a
Yeah.
brilliant one.
The best Halloween prank I've ever seen was there was a guy, I think he was injured in war, or he was born that way. I can't remember.
Right.
But he basically just had one arm.
Yeah.
He had no legs and no left arm. And he used to dress as a zombie. And when people were filling up their petrol tanks at the gas station, he used to come out of the woods crawling with one hand. And people would freak out. They were like, some people were leaving their cars like with the gas nozzle in, just like, no, I'm not having any of that. Just running away.
If I was that guy, I would definitely start a TikTok account and have that on.
I think he has,
go viral, man. That would go really well. Okay, so if you haven't got any chocolate at Halloween to give the kids, apparently, at least in the US, Skittles are the top Halloween candy.
Craziness.
Yeah, they outrank M&M's, Snickers, and Reese's Cups.
No way.
I know, my missus loves Reese's.
Reese's Cups. No way are Skittles better than that.
They're the ones with peanut butter layer in them. Yeah, they are good. But yeah, no, according to 11 years of sales data from candystore.com, even though Candy Kong made the top 10, the Tricolor Treats also ranked among the worst Halloween candies. There we go. Like you say, some love, some hate.
Mm-hmm.
A city in Canada banned teens over 16 from trick-or-treating, according to CBC. Anyone over the age of 16 caught trick-or-treating in Bathurst, Canada, faces up to a $200 fine. The city also has a curfew for all residents, so even those under 16 aren't allowed out after 8 p.m. on Halloween. I mean, what? What's that all about, man?
That's not very Halloweeny, is it?
It's not very Canadian. They're really nice and friendly, aren't they, normally?
Yeah, you'd think so. I'm actually quite shocked about that.
Yeah,
I would have thought Canadians would love Halloween.
yeah.
£200 is a bit steep.
Or
$200.
I mean.
Yeah, it's a bit steep, a bit harsh.
Yeah, very harsh, I think. And I think that is only on Halloween as well.
Wow, okay.
So any other night of year, you're allowed out, whatever you want. But yeah, Halloween, everybody's got to be inside by 8 o'clock.
Nuts.
That's like the harshest mother's rule that's ever come out, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the worst fact we've had. I'm not happy about that.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that one.
Sort it out, Bathurst. Although Bathurst, Bathurst.
I read that as Bathurst.
Oh, that just shows how our brains are different.
Yeah. Yeah, I can read.
Bathurst, Bathurst. If anyone out there is Canadian, let us know. I think you're probably right, though. Harry Houdini died on Halloween. I didn't know that, actually. The famous musician. Harry Houdini definitely wasn't a musician.
No.
The famous magician, illusionist, and entertainer died from, what's that word, Bar?
Peritonitis.
Caused by a ruptured appendix, according to biography.com. However, as befits a man of mystery, multiple contradicting reports did surface at the time. Some say a band of angry spiritualists poisoned him. Others that it was a student punching him in the stomach with his permission that caused his appendix to burst. Whatever happened, we can all agree that dying on Halloween was very on brand.
I have heard this before, actually, that no one actually knows what actually caused Harry Houdini's death. He was a very famous escapologist, even in his lifetime. He was massively famous.
I always thought it was a trick gone wrong.
No.
That's really weird.
There was. I think there was a rumor that he drowned trying to do
in the tank.
the milk churn escape. But no, that's not. No one actually knows 100% why he actually died. Obviously, the burst appendix is the sort of giveaway there, but no one knows exactly what caused it.
Fair play, Harry Houdini.
This one is close to my heart. Some shelters used to suspend options for Halloween. I have a black cat, a totally black cat. His name is Gus. He was feral. I adopted him.
He's a little bugger.
He is a little bugger. But yes, some of the shelters, obviously in the US, they feared that the animals were in danger from satanic cults that wanted them for nefarious purposes in the days leading up to Halloween. Now, though, shelters have gone in the opposite direction. Many even promote black cat adoptions in October, using the pre-adoption screening and interview process to weed out anyone with less than snuggly intentions. And you shouldn't have less than snuggly intentions with cats, even if they are black, because I love a totally black cat, a black and white cat, and a ginger cat. And which one would you say is the most friendly?
Ned.
Ginger one, yeah.
He's too friendly. Keene, New Hampshire holds the record for the most jack-o'-lanterns on display. In October 2013, the city broke the record with 30,581 lit pumpkins displayed around town. Wow, that is a lot of
That's
pumpkins.
a lot.
30,000.
Oh, crikey, who carved all of those? I
What
bet
a
they
record.
weren't done in 16.4 seconds either.
No, definitely not. It's hard every year to decide whether to go for funny or spooky. I think when it comes to carving Halloweens, or it goes for anything, costumes.
Yeah.
I think you have to make that decision, don't you?
Yeah.
You either go over the top, really grotesque, spooky, or you go kind of funny. Like the amount of Trumpkins I saw this year. Trumpkins, literally.
Oh,
just
Donald Trump as a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Oh, fair play.
The amount of Trumpkins all over the internet and things, I was like, okay, it's been done.
That's quite a good, cool little phrase, to be fair. Trumpkins.
Yeah.
I like it.
It did make me laugh when I saw the first one because it had his little lips like a fish. Tremendous.
We're going to build a wall out of pumpkins.
Do you want to do the honours of reading the last fact, mate?
The last one. The night before Halloween is called Mischief Night or Goosey Night for those who lived on the East Coast and Midwest of America. It's probably not news to you that lots of teens and tweens pull pranks on October the 30th. But from toilet papering the trees outside someone's house to egging cars and more dangerous capers, the tradition never really made its way onto the West Coast. At least, not yet.
Wow.
So there we are. Actually, we've missed one fact off that list. It's probably our podcast on Halloween. How cool is that?
It's fitting.
It's fitting. Or at least we thought it was at the time. Now we might have to do this every year. So, but that's not a problem. It's a pleasure. I've really enjoyed doing this live stream. I know we've probably had a few gremlins in the system, and you know, people might have to refresh their pages a couple of times. But I hope that you've all enjoyed it out there tonight.
Yeah. If anything, it's bonus content for Teamsy.
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you for showing up tonight.
Sorry about the gremlins. Yeah,
we do apologise for the gremlins, but the video on demand will be available fairly soon, so you can pick up on anything that you might have missed. We've got 2 excellent episodes coming up, one tomorrow, one on actual Halloween night itself. We do have a special guest. I'm not going to reveal who that is yet, but some of you might be able to guess. And thank you for joining us tonight and making it a really happy kickoff to Halloween, start of the season, spooky season, and the start of our second year. Let's hope that we have a successful second year, the same as our first.
Yeah.
And I suppose I would sort of mention some of the differences that are going to be happening going forwards. Not this week, but next week we're going to be activating adverts on our podcast, just so we can get a few pennies from it. You know, it's cost us quite a lot of money to do this for a year.
And
But-
we keep getting hassled from adverts.
Yeah,
adverts.
every week I get an email saying, "Oh, you could be earning this much. Put adverts on. Put adverts on." So we thought, you know what, can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
Going to do that. We have created a Patreon. If you want to get it advert free, you can sign up to our Patreon. It's only £2 a month. There's no tiers or anything like that. Everybody's equal, and you get everybody's equal, and you get the podcast the day before as well. That way, advert free, and any bonus footage or you know,
We got
time.
some stuff in the pipeline. Some
Yeah,
ideas.
and over time, as it builds up, maybe we will put tiers on, and you know, I know that a lot of people want that second episode a week.
Yeah, I've had a few emails.
When I can afford to give up my job and concentrate more on podcasting, you're going to have as many episodes a week as you like. But at the moment, I just don't have enough hours in the day to do that.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, we've got merch that you can buy if you want to visit our merch shop. There'll be links in descriptions of almost every podcast that you can lay your hands on. And yeah, here's to another successful year.
Yeah.
Have a little swig of my drink. To another successful year. Clink. Yeah, lovely job. And yeah, I guess tomorrow's episode. Oh no, I can't reveal what it is, can I?
No, leave us a surprise. It's a good one. It's a real good one. Yeah. No, leave us a surprise. It's a good one. It's a real good one. Yeah.
It is a good one, and it does include one of the most popular Halloween costumes ever. I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Because tomorrow's actually Tuesday's Halloween.
Tuesday's Halloween. Yeah. Tomorrow is our normal podcast, and then Tuesday is the Halloween special.
Yes, right, I'm with you.
But it's all kind of Halloween related this week, so enjoy that. And I guess, until next time, I've been Pirate.
I'm Josh.
This has been Paranormality UK. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta. And thank you very much.
Thank you. See you next time.